I want to thank the board of directors for the Huntington Beach Chamber of Commerce. If you're on the board of directors or executive board, please stand and be recognized. I'd like to thank our staff too. We work really hard to put this program together for the Mayor's Breakfast every year. And this wouldn't be possible without the collaboration of working with the city of Huntington Beach. So I wanted to thank them for their partnership in putting on this breakfast for the mayor. Thank you. I'd like to thank our title sponsor, Golden West College. Thank you, Golden West. Our gold sponsor, Hoag Hospital. Our networking sponsor, Republic Services. And the breakfast was catered by Masala Waves and Moonwood Coffee. At this time, I'd like to ask our title sponsor, Meredith Randall, president of Golden West College, to come up and say a few words. Thank you, Meredith.
Thanks, Sean. Good morning. We're always happy to speak at these events, Mayor's Breakfast, Best of HB, and I talk a lot about the college, so I thought I'd talk about something a little different about the college today. I do want to say, though, we're happy to be here because I think we share in common with the mayor and the city government. We are all interested in improving the lives of Huntington Beach residents, so very happy to be a title sponsor here. And we're also very proud of all the accomplishments of the students we serve. We have about 18,000 different students per year. But because this is Women's History Month, I thought I'd highlight some of the women associated with the college. Did you know, for example, the 4th president of Golden West College was Judith Baez, and she was the first Latina president in the state of California of any college at any level. She served our college from 1988 to 1993, and I am the second woman president, 30 years later. And did you know we have a 5-person board of trustees in our district, and 3 of them are women. And our current president, who is here with us, Dr. Elizabeth Dorn Parker, is here today. Thank you, Doctor. Let me introduce also at our table, we have our new foundation director, Jen Maurer. Hopefully many of you will meet her. Our vice president of student services, Dr. Claudia Lee. And our dean of career education, Dorsey Brooks. At our campus, we have about 40 administrators, and about 70% of us are women, including about 2 of our 3 vice presidents. We have a fantastic director of public safety, Denise Cohen, who joined us from Notre Dame. And believe it or not, we have 2 former Olympic track athletes on staff. I don't know how that happened. Monique Henderson and Sheila Hudson. You can look them up. And they are faculty and dean with us, respectively. Like many colleges, more than half of our student body, slightly more than half, is female, and they are in every program: nursing, police academy, transfer programs, auto, and the rest. And the president of our student government this year is a young woman named Brianna Barrera. Also, our female athletes are stellar. Our softball team is currently building on a 12-game winning streak, and most of those were under the mercy rule. So if you know what that means, they stopped the game in like the 4th or 5th inning because they were so far ahead. So as a California community college, we welcome anyone to take classes with us. As we say in our system, we take the top 100%, and we love to support and highlight the different groups we serve. So thanks for letting me take a moment during Women's History Month to honor some of our outstanding women. Thank you.
Thank you, Meredith. And thank you, Golden West. At this time, I'd like to acknowledge elected officials and the city staff. So when I say your name, please give the crowd a wave. Mayor Pat Burns. Mayor Pro Tem Casey McKinnon. Councilmember Chad Williams. Councilmember and immediate past Mayor Gracie Vandermark. City Manager Travis Hopkins. Deputy City Manager Jennifer Carey. City Attorney Mike Vigliota. City Clerk Lisa Lane Barnes. Director of Community and Library Services Ashley Wasaki. Chief Information Officer John Danka. Economic Development Manager Chris Casanova. Economic Development Project Manager Christopher Kennedy. Deputy Director of Public Works Chow Vu. Director of Human Resources Marissa Sir. Best Fire Chief in the world Eric McCoy. Best Police Chief in the world Eric Parra. We also have Ted Bowie, the mayor of Fountain Valley, in the audience with us. And we have Representative Assembly Member from Diane Dixon's office, Cooper Stroll. And Representative from OC Supervisor Janet Nguyen's office, Austin Estelle. If I didn't say your name and your staff or an elected official, please just give everyone a wave. And we thank you all for being here and supporting this event. At this time, I'd like to invite up our mayor, Pat Burns. And while he makes his way up, I'm going to read some highlights from his bio that you may or may not know. So while he makes his way up here, I wanted you to know that he's one of 5 boys, and so I thought that was pretty interesting. Big family. Graduated from California State University of Long Beach with a BS in Business Administration and a minor in French. He earned a master's degree in Public Administration. He wrestled in high school and junior college, and he's held various roles in law enforcement. He became an officer when he was 20 years old, so right after being a teenager, 19 then 20, he went into law enforcement. And he taught and facilitated at the Long Beach Police Academy. He's also coached and refereed AYSO, and he served on the St. Bonaventure School Board and chaired the Finance Committee. It's my honor to present to you our Mayor of Huntington Beach, Pat Burns. Thank you.
I want to thank you guys for all having me. I got to be one of the most likely guys up here because I've never run a business. I've always lived a pretty simple life. And like I say, most of you guys know I was 30 years law enforcement, Long Beach. I had a great career. I had a very blessed career. I did patrol. I flew the helicopters. I worked undercover dope. Then I went into supervision, had gang team. Then I ended my career at Homeland Security in the boat unit in the harbor. I'll tell you, I have more stories, adventures that most people would never fill in 6 lifetimes. I can go on with the amazing things that people do to themselves and the situations that people put themselves in. But that career was so easy for me. Having grown up with a huge family, I was used to the fighting and the bickering and all that stuff. But I'll tell you right now, never on that job was I ever worried, scared, or anything like I would be if I had my own business. I have all the respect in the world for 90% of the people in this room. You guys have your whole lives tied up in those businesses. 24/7, 365. You guys got to worry about everything you guys have tied up, your lives tied up in your businesses. That is amazing to me. And then you have the hell of dealing with government and regulation. If you guys have multiple employees, and God help you if you have food or chemicals involved in your business, then you have a whole nother set of nightmares that I don't envy you for. And like I say, I got rewarded every 2 weeks with a paycheck. You guys don't know if you got a paycheck coming. You guys take days off, that's on you. Sick days, days off. Vacation, that's on you. As a civil servant, I still got paid. My family was still provided for. Yeah, I did some stuff. I did some, like I say, I got in some good fights. I was put into some bad situations, but none of it, like I say, it was easy for me. That part was easy. But what you guys do day in and day out and run those businesses, I couldn't do it. I'll tell you right now. There's all I could do. So really, I'm going off script here. I've totally screwed up my whole writing here. But you guys man, I don't even know how to say it, but you guys do your best, and I hope that the city is there for you. My vision, I was just told that I was supposed to give a vision, and is really to be there for you guys, to make your guys' jobs, your work, your businesses flow as easy as possible with the city cooperation. We are not supposed to be an impediment to your guys' success. We are trying to be there, and we got to balance community and business, which you guys are part of the community. Every bit of you are part of the community, and we try to be there for the community. But because you guys are the community, we try to help you guys be as successful as can be. I hope you guys all are completely as successful as imaginable. So with that, I mean, we got to curb the regulations. I'm all about small government. I don't like government. We're going to screw up anything we touch. And it's been proven time in and time out. I'll see where I'm at, because I totally went off script. All right, Dave. But I'll tell you, I love Huntington Beach. That's why I'm here. That's why I got into this politic thing. I'm not really a politician. I'm just someone who loves this city, and I want the best for it and try to take it in the best direction it can be. And like I say, I want you guys to succeed and prosper beyond expectation. And I hope that we as a city can help do that. And one way we're trying, Jen Carey pointed out yesterday, is to streamline Surf City. And of course, I've never dealt with it, but hopefully you that have had to experience it, it's helping streamline whatever licensing and permits you guys need. It's at the city, and like I said, I hope our staff is making it as easy as possible for you to get your business done with the city's end of it, with all your different things you have to be in. I tried to look into the differences of like this year, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, on how many businesses we had then and now. Well, it just so happens they're cleaning up the rolls, the business permit rolls, so getting old ones off, so it's not real accurate information. But we're definitely getting better. More businesses are coming to town. Personally, I got a good friend who has a big seafood distribution in L.A. He wants the hell out of L.A. He says they're coming to Huntington Beach, and all the businesses around him are trying to get out, and they're all mentioning they want to come to Huntington Beach. Huntington Beach is a destination for these guys that they want to come, not only work, but they're looking to live here too. So I think we're heading in the right direction, and that means a lot to me. And as the mayor, I hope I can help you guys do whatever you guys need. And I hope you guys feel free to contact me if you do run into a bump and there's something that I can do to waltz you through this quagmire of crap of government. Let's see. Yeah, I want to not only encourage businesses to come to town, I want to protect businesses that are here. So yeah, if you guys are having troubles, you shouldn't be having, not from the city's end. We're supposed to help you and try to facilitate you guys operating. One reason I'm against HDD, high density dwelling overlay, Newsom's mandates and the overlay of HDD would displace many, many businesses for the high density dwellings. It kills me. The overlay basically strips, like the Gothard corridor, of a lot of the businesses through there. Well, hell, where are the people going to work that live here if we have stripped those? I want to preserve these businesses. I want businesses to thrive here, not be erased off our deal. We need the businesses here in HB. Has to be a balance of jobs, housing, and I believe that we have that now. I think we have a good balance. And like I say, making licensing easier, that's probably about a 2-hour talk someday. You know, I like in police work, I'll tell you, no business is clean, no industry is clean of not having their idiots. Police work, we had our share of knuckleheads that were kind of knuckle draggers and did stupid crap on the job. But yet it was more our position, our job, as fellow police officers and stuff to keep them idiots in line. And no business industry is immune to that. So really, if you guys know business, you know it better than we do. And if you guys know a rogue business that aren't fulfilling their promises or their contracts or something like that, and most of that kind of stuff is really fueled by greed, please help us get those out of here, get them out of town or out of business, because we want the best in Huntington Beach. We want everybody to be served with integrity and fulfillment of the promises that are made within a contract or within the business decisions. So please involve us in your business, but keep us at a distance. I think that'd be your best option. We'll screw it up. But thank you very much. If you have any questions, feel free to come contact me.
Thank you, Mayor Burns. We're going to take a short 5-minute recess while we set up the panel. Thank you. 8:50. All right, everyone, we're going to get started now with our panel discussion. We have a small business represented by Moonwood Coffee. Our medium business is Expert Tech Automotive, and our large business is Teacher Created Materials. I'm going to go ahead and read their bios. They are also in the program if you scan the QR code. So from TCM, Teacher Created Materials, we have Deanne Mendoza, is the Executive Vice President and co-owner of Teacher Created Materials, a global educational publishing company with over 20 years of experience. She excels in building strategic partnerships, driving innovation and connection, people to foster collaboration. Diane has led initiatives such as TCM Cares and the Read Across America program and has formed partnerships with organizations like the Los Angeles Rams and Girls Inc. She's also actively involved in the Huntington Beach community, volunteering with several groups and supporting local schools, businesses, and charities. Deanne's leadership and philosophy have earned her recognition, including being named Woman of the Year for the California's 72nd Assembly District. Let's welcome Deanne Mendoza from TCM. Next, we have Gary Fram from Expert Tech Automotive. For over 32 years, Expert Tech Automotive has been a trusted name in Orange County, earning Best of OC for 8 years. Our ASE certified technicians specialize in both domestic and foreign vehicles, offering expert services with a 3-year, 36,000-mile nationwide warranty. We provide a free courtesy shuttle and are committed to top quality repairs and customer service. At Expert Tech, we build lasting relationships through honesty, transparency, and the exceptional care, treating every vehicle as our own. Let's welcome Expert Tech. Thank you, Gary. Thank you for being on the panel. And lastly, we also have Moonwood Coffee, who you got to taste some of their sweet bites and coffee at the coffee station over there, which I've just seen the line being constant, so must be good. I had a little sip. Today we have Alicia Reinberger, who opened Moonwood Coffee Company in 2022 in Huntington Beach. With 30 plus years in the baking industry, she runs the coffee and bakery catering business with her husband and their 8 grown children. Moonwood's recipe are rooted in Alicia's Italian heritage, and they use the top 2% of coffee beans from a local roaster. Last year, they catered over 300 events and are expanding with mobile trailers in Long Beach and in Los Angeles. Alicia also leads the Moonwood movement, supporting mental health through NAMI and local churches, and is producing a podcast to raise awareness about trauma from sexual abuse and human trafficking. Let's welcome Moonwood Coffee, Alicia. I want to thank our panel for being here. We're going to jump right into the questions. We have provided our 3 businesses the questions ahead of time, but I'm going to go ahead and read it, and we're going to start. So the first question that we have is, as representatives of businesses of different sizes in our community, can you share your perspective on the current business climate in Huntington Beach? What do you see as the strengths and challenges for businesses operating here? And Dan, you want to start, and then we can go down the line.
I forgot to read the questions ahead of time, so I'm glad that you're reading them to us. So we're educational publishers. We're over on, if you have kids and you've gone to Get Air, we have a couple buildings that are on that street, and we have about 250,000 square feet of warehouse space. So we have worked with Huntington Beach the past couple of years at upgrading our equipment, upgrading our warehouse, expanding, raising ceilings, because then we can hold more inventory. We've had a great experience working with the city of Huntington Beach and through the infrastructure, and the city has changed zoning areas so that we can make higher roofs if we need to. So there's been a lot. We find the city of Huntington Beach to be a great partner of ours. So we do appreciate that. We also have fantastic employees that come out of our school systems, out of our local colleges in Southern California. So we're very pleased with the support that we get in the city of Huntington Beach. And in terms of schools, since that's what we get to work with all the time, we are big fans of the school districts that we have. If you guys are sending your kids to the school districts or private schools in our area, we think they are fantastic, and they're doing a great job. And one of the things I feel like is my public service announcement is to remind everybody that everybody's going through different complicated times. I do feel like I hear a lot of stories where somebody gets so mad at a teacher, but then I get to see that teacher teaching a lesson to all the kids, and they're learning so much from it. So one bad day doesn't necessarily mean a bad teacher overall. And I invite anybody who wants to take a tour of some of our local schools to help facilitate it. I know that we have a representative from Diane Dixon. She came and went through Dwyer a couple of years ago, and it was fantastic for the school, for the teachers' morale, for the students to get to ask questions about government. So if anybody's interested, just let me know.
Thank you.
So we've been in the city of Huntington Beach for 32 years, coming this Saturday. Working with Huntington Beach is great. We've reached out, the police department reached out to us at one point when the catalytic converter theft was going on, and we organized and we etched catalytic converters, which was a success because they caught some people. We work with the homeless task force. We're always out in the community. The biggest challenge in Huntington Beach is parking. We need more parking for more cars.
Hi there, my name is Alicia. I guess for a small business here in Huntington Beach, just opened a couple years now. Definitely have some challenges with retaining employees and being able to get the right training, just facilitate with working capital, being a small business and having access to loans or grants or lines of credit has been a challenge for a small business, because it seems like you have to have a lot of money to get money. That's been, my experience dealing with the financial institutions. So that's one challenge that we face, is just retention of employees. I think it's a great city. Look at all of you here today. That's an example of how wonderful Huntington Beach is. Again, I've only been open 2 years, and I've had many of you at my location to support small businesses in Huntington Beach. just bringing like coffee and conversation, which has been awesome to get exposure. I think that we also have, for me personally, because we employ a lot of young individuals, either in high school or just outside of high school, safety in Huntington Beach is a concern, and that's again one of the things that I feel very proud to be a business owner here, because I feel safe. I feel safe with our teams out at all hours, because we do brew coffee in the middle of the night with a lot of school events as well. High schools, we work at sometimes 1 a.m. and overnight to brew and get ready for events. So feeling safe in your community is a big reassurance for me as a business owner. So I would say that's one of the things, and I just love the opportunity to share with you today. So thank you.
Thank you. And Alicia, you're gonna go ahead and keep the microphone. We're gonna come back this way on this next question. So you touched on it a little bit, but this next question is: building strong partnerships between businesses and the city is essential for fostering growth and prosperity. From your experiences, what are some successful collaborations or initiatives that have positively impacted your business, and how do you believe such partnerships can be further strengthened?
I could share a couple collaborations. I mean, we definitely have gone out to grand openings or anniversaries with other businesses, and just kind of cross market our businesses to the local Huntington Beach community. That's one. Another one is we were introduced actually by my husband's company to LA Unscripted. That just being on the social channel there, we were recognized in for a nonprofit that was out of Torrance, I believe. It's called West Cal Academy. And so what that company does is they go into different schools and work with students with IEP, or not necessarily looking at college as a next career pathway out of high school. So I was introduced to them to be able to offer a program like baking and pastry and barista training for high school students. So after that, again, this is just in the last couple of years, from that exposure, now the Department of Rehabilitation has recognized Moonwood Coffee as a training facility for students that have an IEP. So we have one student currently that has 300 hours of on-the-job training. So I think this is definitely an initiative that I think could partner long-term, just getting high school students career and job training in all different types of trades or industries, so that there's not a gap between, say, 16 years old and 20 years old, or when they graduate college, just to get more on-the-job training. Because I'm employing a lot of these young people, and we have a lot of high turnover, and we also need skills. So it's very costly as a small business to train individuals. So, but if, just say example, I had a person that was doing an apprenticeship or internship for photography or social media, and then we could collaborate and get that person to the small business owner that needs that type of employee, and then I could bring them on and pay that employee. So more things like that is what I would like to see to collaborate.
Thank you.
Well, networking like in events like this is the best way, just going around talking to different businesses. We also do a lot with the high schools, sponsor basketball teams, baseball teams, whatever, do halftime events during those shows, meet people there. But the best thing is networking like this.
Thank you.
I think it's one of our big responsibilities as a city to build up each other's businesses. So I think I try really hard to get to know as many as I can. I love what you're doing with the students. But I think we are great cheerleaders for each other, and amplifying other businesses that doesn't come from the business itself is the best marketing we can get. The best marketing you can get is somebody saying how great your coffee is or how great your services are. So we have really appreciated getting the opportunity to partner with different organizations around the city. My favorite thing that we did in the past couple of years is we actually published a book about the wetlands. This one, not this one, but I'm going to send it to that one. But for the field trips. So many kids go through in third grade or fourth grade, mostly third grade, So we published a book at third grade reading level just talking about the wetlands and the different history of Huntington Beach and the wetlands. We also have published a book on the history of Huntington Beach that we did for our 40th anniversary, and you learn about your city information in first grade. So we donated it to all the first grades and all of our community. So I believe in finding different ways that we can give back to the community that reinforce the jobs that we're doing too. So I think that's the best way to get involved, and we've had to get a little bit more strategic and make sure that we're spending our time on things that really impact the community. So just listening to the different businesses here and talking to what you can be a part of that helps amplify your business or our businesses, I think we're good teammates.
Thank you. Great answers, all of you. Let's give them a round of applause. The next question, how do you see the tariffs being imposed on our major trading partners affecting your business?
It's been complicated. I like it that we knew about it with some notice without necessarily the level. We do business in 89 different countries, so it's been a complicated addition. It increases our costs significantly. We try not to increase our cost to customers because that impacts teachers and students or parents and family, depending on how students are being educated. So it's been a complicated time that shrinks our profit margins, and we take our profits and invest it back into the company. We love coming out with different educational products that meet the needs of the changing needs of students today. So it has made it a little bit more complicated. We upped our inventory before they went into effect, which makes me very nervous as a business owner. I just want to make sure our sales reps now sell it. So it is making business both domestically for even our profit margins and how many employees we can hire. It changes it, and we love when we can create new jobs and new opportunities for people. So it has us watching it and reevaluating it as so that we can be responsible business owners as well.
Thank you.
Well, I don't think the tariffs have hit us yet because it hasn't rolled that far downhill yet. But when it does, it will be an industry-wide for parts, and everybody will be affected, and it will just go up equally all the way around.
I can't really speak too much about tariffs myself, other than I can say that coffee prices have been on the rise since 2021. They were up 65%. We're having this egg crisis, and eggs went from $50 for 15 dozen eggs to $169, I think was the Cisco price. And again, that could be just my price because I'm a small business and we don't have a lot of power to negotiate with these suppliers because we're a small operator. But for me, I'm just wanting prices to be reduced and go down. And I don't think it's going to be something that's a quick fix with tariffs being one option to see if we can move things in a different direction. I'm hopeful that things will move in a different direction. It seems like prices have gone through the roof for the last 4 years. Everything has doubled or tripled for us on packaging, supplies, and ingredients. So it needs to stop somehow, some way.
Thank you. Next question. What value has being a part of the HB Chamber brought to your business?
So much value. Again, I'm just a new business owner here in Huntington, opening 2 years ago, and I've met so many great people that have lent a helping hand. They're just available. I would say I'm less available just because I'm in 1,000 directions, but I know that I have a support to rely on. I know there's people out there that care. The Taste of Huntington Beach was excellent. That allowed us to introduce our business to hundreds and hundreds of residents in Huntington. We got a lot of great feedback. We got to sample our menu. There's just the community events. They're having educational events. Again, I wish I could participate in more of them, but I think that this is the reason why people want to do business in Huntington Beach, and they're choosing Huntington Beach as a place to start a business or bring their business. It's because of the community of people that we have here. everyone in attendance. I mean, people take this seriously to help each other out, and I think it's just why we're going to be successful.
Thank you.
So the chamber's been great. If I don't see you in the store, then at the events like Taste of Huntington Beach or any of the events, I see you there and you tell me, hey, where were you? You know? So chamber's great.
Thank you.
I'm a big fan of the chamber events. I feel like I can sometimes get business opportunities done. I'll give you an example. A couple years ago, one of our Huntington Beach principals was Principal of the Year for the entire state of California. And just like I mentioned before, I love to cheerlead behind other businesses or people who are doing great things. And it was at one of the chamber awards that I think I cornered Gracie. And I was like, don't you think she's supposed to be in our 4th of July parade? Don't you think that we're supposed to celebrate her and she should be honored the same way that we honor a lot of different people from Huntington Beach? And it was done by the morning. Like, I woke up the next morning and like had a cell phone message, which at the time, you were our mayor at the time. I'm like, oh, the mayor texted me. And she was like, it's done. And so I find it a great opportunity to share different things that I think are important. I think that you and I met a while ago, and I got that same principal to be in the dunk tank for Kiwanis. And now there's lots of ladies in there that we're dunking on Easter. So I think it's a great opportunity for us to get to know people that have moved to Huntington Beach, people that have been here for a long time making great impact that I didn't know. And I think that's true about Huntington Beach. We have so many amazing people doing remarkable things. And Matt, I love that you're here because I think Matt does such a great job telling the stories of the amazing things that happen in our city. And I think we need more of that and more celebration of the great things that are happening too.
Thank you. Well, our next question kind of segues into the same thing and the topic that we're on. So community involvement and corporate social responsibility are increasingly important for businesses. How do you envision businesses, regardless of size, contributing to the overall well-being and growth of Huntington Beach? And how can the city facilitate and support these efforts? And this is our last question as well. So if you guys want to do a little closure on this.
I think it's important to be involved with our community. Actually, I think generations change this. So as a company, we were always very philanthropic. We were started in our garage the year before I was born. My mom was a Fountain Valley school teacher. And so that we're in the big business category has made us all giggle because everybody in our family worked for free shipping things in our garage right here in Huntington Beach. And so I think corporate responsibility has been something that we've always had as a family. When I first joined our company, took me about 3 years to talk my mom into letting us share it out publicly. And the millennials changed that because that was tremendously important to millennials, that there was a purpose in the business that you were in. And I think listening to each of these generations and what's so important to them helps us get the new generation of leadership and people that are going to be running things in our city. So respecting their different things that are important, which I love that corporate responsibility and giving back is a part of what's been important to the last 2 major generations in the workforce. So I'm a big fan of it. So I guess I'll close and say thank you, Huntington Beach, for the last 47 years supporting our business and sending your kids to our amazing schools and having me here today.
Thank you.
Well, as a 4th generation Huntington Beach resident, I see a lot of family pictures of how small the town was way back when. My great-grandparents owned a furniture store down on Main Street way back in the days. And then the next generation ran the local newspaper. So seeing how big the city's gotten and we're trying to grow along with the city, it's incredible. I mean, just keep it going. Everything's great.
Thank you.
Yeah, social responsibility, I would say for small business, I mean, every business here needs to do their part, as big or small. I think everyone has some type of talent that they can give back to the community by serving others, whether it's serving students or figuring out what your niche is and helping out. I think all of those things can definitely help us to grow. And just support each other and build each other up to have a great, strong community for the next generation. It is about our young people. It's about getting them involved, getting them connected, and getting them to dream again, and really start being creative. I think all of our generation has talents to pass along to those generations. We just have to get access to them. I think more access is key. Again, I'm not very social on the Facebook and the TikTok. Things are changing so quickly. It was before just a post, now it's video, now it's TikTok, now it's something else. So I think just having more access to how to communicate and reach people and get people more connected with business and our students and our young people, so that we can collaborate more. And whatever that looks like, I'm all for it, and I will be supportive with coffee and treats, so I'll be there. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's give it up for our panelists. At this time, we're going to do I think we have time for a couple questions, and I'd like to invite up Mayor Pat Burns to come up here with the panelists. All right. So, any questions? Sue? Thank you. Dave? Can you repeat the question? You want to? Yeah, you want to come up? They can't hear.
This is Dave Garofalo. If you want to get involved with the city and don't know where to start with him. He'll tell you where to get involved.
Briefly, so I have to manage 12 large businesses in town, so I'm always comparing them year after year. So in your cases, year to date, how are you doing versus last year, and what's your short and long-term forecast? And then equally important, is there anything the city could do to help you in your business or help business in general?
Well, I guess I can speak to that. I'm a few years in, but yeah, our catering business has been up about 25%. Again, after things were shut down completely, it was like starting a new business over again. I was working out of I would say like a satellite kitchen, so we didn't have our own retail kitchen space. But yeah, so it was like hiring all new people. So looking at the sales and the business, the Huntington Beach location itself, business has, we started off thinking we'd be open till 9, then we changed our hours till 5, then we changed our hours till 2, and actually our hours now are till noon. So we're open 6 a.m. to noon. So things have gone down significantly with what we expected the business to do there with the traffic. We're in a hard location with low visibility. But on the other hand, our catering business, and we're able to get out there to serve the community mobily. That's been working for us. We do not have a drive-through, so it's definitely challenging for some of the locations in Huntington Beach to get visibility for us. So our small retail location, our kitchen is definitely struggling, but we're hopeful that we'll get out into the community, come see us, and we've got some great specials going on there. But business is up about 25% year over year for catering.
2024 was great, had a really good year. 2025 is about equal to last year, hasn't increased or decreased, but we're fighting through it.
We're about flat from where we were last year. Also, Dave, I think my grandpa would be really happy you asked that question. So Dave and my grandpa were friends. And so we're about flat from where we were last year, but second quarter is usually our big quarter. So it's at the end of the second quarter that we really know what is happening. And as for what the city can do, we like to invest like back in our business or back in real estate or improvement in the facilities for our employees. So as quickly as permits can come through or inspectors can come out, we have great inspectors in the city of Huntington Beach that I appreciate them catching things that maybe our architect or contractor has missed. The downtime makes our CFO crazy because then we can't start doing things. So anything that we can do when we're working with real estate and redevelopment, whether it's commercial or residential or mixed use, that can speed up that process. And I know you said you like small government, but I like investment in infrastructure. So like that we can get better Wi-Fi services and better broadband. If you ask me the details of what those mean, I don't know. I just know that our operations loves it when it happens, when we dig up the street and suddenly something's much better and everything's faster for everybody. So I think across the city, if we can invest in like a faster redevelopment timeline for people that are trying to invest back in the city, I think that's helpful. And as much as we can invest in the infrastructure that helps make our streets safer, our citizens happier, I think that's beneficial.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, so just on that, Mayor Pat touched on it. So our streamlined Serve City program we implemented as soon as we got elected. In 1 year, we've increased the certificates of occupancy issued by 23%. So if you guys ever get stuck, just email streamline@servecity-hb.org. Or you can call 714-375-5142, and it's like basically a concierge service. So we'll find out where you are in the process, where you're stuck, unclog the knot, and get you permitted and open faster, or get your license or whatever. So, yeah. Yeah, we've I was just texting with Lance right now, so we're working on a project with Catalina through some state grant funds. We're going to subterranean under the ocean floor trench over to Avalon, and then also to Two Harbors, trench back across Huntington Beach on the north end at Warner, on the south end at Beach, bring in high-speed fiber internet connected to our city, weave it up to hopefully Bolsa and Bolsa Chica to get some high-speed data, maybe some centers up there. Also lay down electrical conduit along PCH and the boardwalk, along with fiber and high-speed internet, because right now there's no power down at the boardwalk near Pier Plaza, and there's also no internet. So I was just texting with them right now, so that's in process as well, to bring some great connectivity to the whole city.
Well, thank you for doing that.
Yep.
Casey, are you the Beef Palace, right, family?
You know it.
Thank you. Thank you for all the fun. When I was growing up playing on the cows, my kids are not allowed to jump on anymore. And the best beef jerky, my son saves his money to go and buy it.
I'm gonna allow. Let's give Pat Burns, Mayor, the microphone. You want to say any closing remarks as we wrap up here?
Just, I hope we as a city can help you guys do what you guys do. I hope like I said before, we want to help you guys succeed beyond expectation. And we're trying to do it with Streamline. We try to assist with Surf City Nights and a lot of these other deals. And whatever we can do, we want to help, but we don't also want to get in your way.
Thank you. I just want to thank you, Mayor. Thank our panel. Thank our chamber members. Thank you all for spending your morning with us, and just say I'm really proud of Huntington Beach. I'm really proud of this chamber. I'm really proud that we answered the call when the fires were going on, and I saw the city donating trucks to go out there to send volunteer items and donations, and seeing local chamber businesses come together to help with that. Our fire department spoke at one of our AM Connects, and we sent strike teams. And I think that is the magic and what makes us all HB. And that's what makes this chamber truly special, is I think we do care. And I think you heard that from our panelists and our mayor. And I just want to thank you for being here this morning. And before I say adieu, we have some upcoming events that I would like to mention. We have our mixer at Masala Waves, and that's March 19th. And that's 5 to 7, and that is with the Fountain Valley Chamber of Commerce, so you want to come to that. We also have our golf tournament July 28th, Angel Night July 11th. The Taste of HB is going to be August 24th, and our annual gala is going to be at the Hilton September 19th, and it's a pirate theme. You can also visit hbchamber.com. Thank you. Have a great day.